Hello, this be vlog for 26th. It's about 2:46 in the morning or something of the sort. If you look right there, you can see the new ferret pool. And if you look there, you can see the white. Those are my white rocks. I put white rocks in the bottom of the pool. And then if you look over there, there's the little palm tree floating buoy for them. Palm tree. My mom came over. I wanted to show her the pool. And my ferret was awake, and so I threw the ferret on top of the palm tree. And so he was like paddling with his front hands while his legs were just laying there on the palm tree until he got to the edge and got out. And then I took the palm tree out and threw him back in again in the middle, and he swam like a swimmer to the edge. So that's a nice big pool for a ferret. Also, for the lizard, for the tegu, will like swimming in that too, and that'll be nice and big for it. So it'll be good for 3 different animals, 2 different types of animals. My tegu got up late at like noon yesterday, and then got to sleep at like 9 or 10 or something. Was up pretty late. I have a night owl tegu. That my tegu thinks that sunset is midnight and sunrise is noon. I wonder why. He like had all this like mud on his face, because it's like for the last couple of days when I before I did this video, I went and ran out of weed, and so like an idiot, I just scraped this fucking pipe and then smoked all this goddamn resin in it. God damn it. So of course now I'm gonna get the coughs and the really bad asthma. So I got to get weed tomorrow. I mean, I should have gotten it yesterday. I could have. But you get like 10% off if you go there like to the farm before 9 in the morning. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I'll try my hardest. My mom wants me to go to her house at noon tomorrow to help her like take some things out of the basement. And yesterday, I wanted her to take me to the sacred circle, because she told me before that she was with her friend who's like part Indian, walking on a walk at National Bureau of Standards, where they keep the atomic clock for America, like the main clock. And there's this big area of like land. I guess they couldn't build there because it's like Indian sacred land or whatever. And she said she walked by like 25 years ago and saw like her friend showed her the stone circle. And I was like, ooh, take me, you got to take me. So she took me there today. We walked, and then she's like, yes, this. And it was this little itty bitty, like a few rocks, that looked like, they were maybe in a stone circle. But then there are these bigger ones that we didn't walk to. They're right up the way. I want to do, but she didn't want to. But those ones you can see on Google Earth. They look like a stone circle, and they really stand out. I think it's Boulder Stonehenge, dude. I'm gonna call it an ancient Indian sacred spot. But those rocks would have been really hard to move. That would have taken. This is big of rocks that a group of people could roll. But it's this whole grassy area. If you look at it on Google Earth, it's just this huge grassy area that's like, oh man, how many acres? Like 30 or 40 acres, it seems like. I'll go and look. But except for this one part where there are these rocks, and if you look at it on Google Earth, it looks like a stone circle. So it's pretty cool. I'm glad that she took me there. And I wouldn't have noticed it for some reason on Google Earth if I just looked myself. Yeah, I think I may have seen some, because there were no rocks at all. It's just grass, but except for the part where we were next to the road on the southeast corner. And that may have been an old one too, of smaller rocks. So there's the big version and the small version. You can't see the small version on Google Earth. But and then she took me to Home Depot and I got some Velcro because I had to stick some Velcros on the wall. And then I just like spent the rest of the day. I was organizing stuff, picking up stuff. Like you can see my deck is organized, but I bought like 6 or 9 or something 4-cup Tupperwares. There. 950 milliliters, and they're like that far, that wide, by that high. They're like that wide. And they fit perfectly in my drawer, my bathroom drawer, on top of each other. And then you can do 2, so you can do 4 per bathroom drawer. So I have 8. And then I went back and got 9 more because then under the sink you can put a bunch of. I got these like big squares that I put my like cleaning supplies in, but in the front you can stack up all of them. 4-cup Tupperwares on top of each other. And then the ones that you can't fit there, I can put on the drawers. I'll do it. I'll show it later. The shelf, but the best way to organize is because I have a lot of stuff to organize. You know, like I have all of the fixings for like 25 different animals, right? Tegu 2 ferrets. Ferrets have 6 cages. Tegu has a huge cage with 2 smoke machines. And then I have 2 birds, two hamsters that have 2 cages. And 2 birds, 2 parakeets, and then I'm gonna get sandfish, skink, water frog, axolotl when I can afford the $400 water cooler for it, because I have the fan, but it only gets it down to 77 degrees from like 88. But because the other thing's like a refrigerator, water circulator, but hermit crab, sandfish, skink, either a snake or what is that thing called? A knoll, green anole, scorpion, tarantula, millipede, roach, hissing cockroach, 3 or 2 jumping spiders, 10 wall-mounted fish, and then the other fish aquarium, and then the leopard gecko. But then there's my studio, which has like 2 computers, hyperdeck, switcher, a 10 Mini Pro Extreme switcher, mixer, and all that stuff with like 11 screens and like 6 cameras. 6 cameras. 5 in my room and 1 in my bathroom. And then of course the cycling. Like I have 5 bicycles, and then I need to get a mountain bike and a gravel bike, so that'll take it up to 7. So all the stuff for those. So that's a lot of stuff that I have to pack into a 2-bedroom apartment, because one bedroom for me because I have a roommate. So I do have a garage to store stuff, but the way that you organize all that kind of stuff, because I'm still trying to get it organized. It's still like laying all over the place. Like yesterday, and I'm still kind of figuring out how to fix stuff, because like my TV that I got, the 85-inch TV, was working great, screencasting with Macintosh computer, and did the Apple TV on it and all that. But then it stopped doing all that, and then the Xbox movies too. And I found out you had to like reset the TV. And then I called yesterday about that because the screencast wasn't going on the Mac, and you have to unplug the TV and the Apple TV together for 30 seconds and then plug it back in, and that worked. So it's all working again. Oh, and the Xbox stopped working because I had to repair the controllers. I had to hit the pair button on the console and the reset button on the console and the reset button on the controllers, which I forgot were even there. So, and yeah, and my Copenhagen wheel is dead because it came unplugged like over the last couple years, whatever, and I didn't notice because it wasn't as visible that way before with the bike racks that I had. So now it's dead. It won't charge at all, and so I have to call them tomorrow and see what's going on. But so the best way to organize, when you're trying to organize all that kind of stuff, is you find every single place in your house to fill it all up with Tupperware, like to the max, and the Tupperware that fits perfectly. And these Tupperwares, what is it? I can't remember. 2.5 gallon. All these 2.5 gallon Tupperwares that I can stack 3 on top in my cupboards, and then on the upper level and the lower level too. But then on top of both of those, I can have the half ones that are like, I can't remember how big it is, like a gallon or whatever. But and then there's a smaller, one step smaller version of that, which fit perfectly in here, in that thing, that white thing. It could take 12, but I have 6 across the top, and then 2 down, so I have 8 because over on that side it's one of those baskets. But and then there's this monkey pod table in there that fits them perfectly as well. Fits 10 of them, I think. No, 12. Yeah, 12. And then I got a bunch of the 4. I like just counted right there because I was labeling them. 26 4-cup ones, and so I just label them on all 4 sides. Just write on paper with magic marker and or crayon and color pencil and pencil, and then tape it on, and on all 4 corners and on the top. And when it comes out of a box or a bag, like a certain dirt, just cut out the label on and tape that on, and so I just fill every single square inch with Tupperware, whatever Tupperware can fit in the whole place, and then label the Tupperware, and then so you have as many Tupperwares as you can want. Like I have, how many? I have 8 plus 3, so I have 11 of the 2.5 gallon Tupperwares, just under on the lower part of the cabinet, and then the smaller Tupperware, which is like a gallon or something. I have like 8 of those, 4 on the lower and 4 on the upper. So that's 8 plus 3, 11 plus 8. That's 19. And then that even allows some space for some fluids, my vinegar and popcorn juice, because I got a big one. But oil. But and then in my bathroom I have the 6, and just in the drawers, and then under the sink it's like I can't remember how much it was, but it was a lot, like 12 or something or more, 18 or something, 16. But almost till I were like falling over. But and then I can fit another, like, I think I might even buy some more tomorrow. It's only $7 for 2, but like $7.50. But I can stack some more on the shelves in there. So yeah, I was just there, just labeling, and if you get the labeling wrong, you can just put another label next to it, and it can just be the one that you can see that's in there, or put a label on top. And if it turns out that you have 2 of the smaller Tupperwares for something, you just put it into the bigger Tupperware. And if there's something in a big Tupperware that could fit in a smaller, you move it over. And so you just do it like that, and then you try to consolidate it. And that way I could store as much as I need for all the things that I have, all the different things that I have going on in the apartment, and know exactly where it all is. So I'm super excited because I've never organized this level before, and I love organizing like this when I'm smoking weed. And yeah, I don't want to do it when I'm sober. I'm gonna get up and get weed tomorrow, go to sleep right after this. But set my alarm. But it's super time consuming, but it's kind of stressful too. So I was like taking my time, I'd be like sit here and take my time drinking a Red Bull and smoking weed and listening to music and stuff, and then get going again. I also bought 2 rolls of Velcro yesterday, so I spent a lot of money. It was like $40 at least on the Tupperware, and then another 17, so like 57. Oh man, but boy is my house coming together. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow I can get into these Tupperwares and get it squared away and figured out. Then I have to go into the basement, which has gotten into being a mess. I did go in there like last week and spend a couple hours in there, and it totally made it better. But yeah, I need to finish up. I need to go in there and also bring a bunch of stuff to my mom's house. Stuff that she can take or give to my brothers. There are these 2 big ceramic roosters I don't need, and this big, huge portrait in my closet. But today I get a bunch of stuff. I get 26 different things from Amazon. Today's the big day. It's like the final big day of getting stuff. So I can put together. I can mount the 3 remaining triple light bulb fixtures for the growing of all the plants in my apartment, all the wall-mounted plants. And I have 2. I'm gonna get 2 extra humidifiers going all the time, so I'll have 4 humidifiers. And I think those are my birds singing. And then I'll be able to hang both of my fans for my grow rooms, and then install the Mylar. It's like diamond, like light reflector that I'm gonna put all around both grow rooms, being the hallway closet and the main bathroom, and then I can put these shelves on one of the closet grow room. They show up tomorrow, and the hooks that hang off the hooks, and then the hooks that I can put other places, and then what else? Yeah, I think some more like hydro balls, which will make it to be, and then these microwave splatter containers that I'm gonna use. I got a 2-pack that I can use for my fountain. I'm gonna make a fountain squirt across the 40-gallon tank, 30-gallon tank, and land on top of a tree, and that then has like a patch of earth around it or something, and then spiral around to the bottom into this huge basin. Then the grow lights shine up from the bottom of that, and then there's a screen on top, so the gargoyle gecko can walk on top, and that goes on all the time. Because it has super strong pump. I can't remember how strong it is, but it's like in that much hydro balls. And it's not really, I don't think it's all that loud when it's muffled by all those hydro balls in water. But that's going to be trippy cool, and it looks the same design as the fountain that I made on my Exceed 4000 building that you can download. I'll see. I should do a download check and upload all this stuff, because they gave me 30 gigs, and I need to go and make sure that I still have the 30 gigs, because my server, Glowhost, is always giving me gigs, but then taking them away again. Done it like 4 or 5 times. Um, oh yeah, and I'm also getting another smoke machine and the smoke juice. I want to see how that works. Um, but I have to make sure to not kill my birds with the smoke because it actually points right at the birds. And so maybe I'll just do a little bit, but the one on the other I could do more. But I got them also for the laser lights because they fill up the entire wall with changing colors. And so if I can do one on one side of my TV, of my couch, and then the other on the other side where the ferret cage is, that'll just increase so much light, make it trippier. I have a disco ball also going on. Oh yeah, I'm getting 2 disco balls today. One I'm gonna put in my fireplace because it always has smoke, and then one in my bathroom. I mean my bedroom. Oh, my tongue is dry. All right. So anyways, that's enough talking. Yeah, I think I maybe skipped a couple days since I'm working. Yeah, this is fun organizing like this. Tupperwares, man. That's the answer. You just fill up your whole house with a gazillion Tupperwares, and then you label all of the Tupperwares. And the Tupperwares are transparent, so you can see them and they're labeled. And then you just literally just, it's like proofreading a paper. You just look at the Tupperwares, you make sure they're all the Tupperwares and everything's something that you need, you know. And even if you don't need it, doesn't matter if you have the space. And then you just make sure all the Tupperwares are consolidated, and it's pretty simple. It's just time consuming. So yeah, maybe I can get done with it tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm not in a rush because I know that if I can get I want to get to the point, and this is why I need to smoke a lot of weed. I want to get to the point where I can, and I've been spending a lot of time sitting around, you know, and enjoy, where I can like sit around, and I've been doing other things too to help me move along in my life. Like I dyed my hair blonde, but I bought a bunch of shorts. I got a new wallet, and shirts, and threw away a bunch of old clothing, and we got a bunch of new socks and threw all my old socks away. But oh shit, did I just lose my train of thought? I thought I was going to be able to get myself back on thought track because I was talking about something really important. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. God damn it. I got overconfident. Anyway, okay, yeah, anyway. It's fun to, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I want to get to the point where I can like, just sit here and enjoy life, you know? Like I look at my apartment, be like, cool apartment, and then walk around the whole thing and like know where everything is, open this and know where that is, open this, have everything squared away, and then everything clean, and then just sit there and have it like totally equilibriumed out, like even everything's working and stuff. I'm caught up on all the like errands and stuff, and I'm like, oh wow. Maybe even clean all my mirrors here, and then just be like, wow, is there really nothing to do? And at that point, I'll be like bored if I don't do something else. Because at that point, there's literally nothing else to do in the house. Like I got to the end of the line, I did it, I organized. So then it's like, what now? You know what I mean? And of course, I'm not gonna allow myself to, I couldn't live with myself, like, you know, too antsy to just sit here and smoke a bowl or whatever, or watch a movie. No, that's when I'd be like, oh my God, there's like nothing getting in the way between me and just freaking training all day long. There's a gym across the street, a giant 24-hour fitness. And I think I'm gonna start out just working out, dude. So I think a good rule of thumb is when I start riding, and I don't think I wanna just start riding. That would be bad if I just start riding right away, because my shoulders are really sore and all my muscles are in pain from the atrophy. And I have no muscle. Like if you look at my back, there's no lats or anything. I'm like shriveled up. If I were to suddenly like, because I was going to be like, yeah, you just ride 100 miles a day for a month. You try to do 3,000 miles in a month, just by doing the Neva loop, the haystack loop over and over again. But that'd be the whole worst thing I could do, because I'd be like hurting myself because I'd be like crunched up and trying to hold, and I'd be like, ah. What I need to do is stretch and move around, like my whole body. So to go to the gym is, I think, what I should do at this point. Um, and I'll just burn away fat, and then I can build muscle. Um, and from muscle memory, build muscle, because I build it anyway, even if I'm just riding my bike. So I might as well build up muscle and basically become a bodybuilder as much as I can. And I'd burn fat that way, and I'd strengthen my heart by working out. And yeah, just try to do 100,000 pounds a day. Um, I went into the gym like last summer or whatever. Maybe, was it last spring? The last time I did it. And I went into the gym, and I did, I think, 88,000 pounds in a couple of hours. So I could do 100. And so just try to do 100 a day. And then maybe between the first and second month, see if I could go in and do 1,000,000 pounds in one day. But yeah, just basically live there, and fuck around on the machines. Just make sure to record everything that I do, because I'm going for those poundages, and record it all, obviously, and put it into the comments of my videos. But try to hit that 100,000. Just go for it, and do that for like a month, and then try to run, and then try to do even the machines in my house, all the exercise machines, just kind of dabble. I also want to do my punching dude, my Bob punch bag. Records the fucking punches. It's so freaking cool, dude. It records all of your punches, how fast you are, what your endurance is, and then how hard each and every one of your punches is. And you can program the rest period and the rounds and how many rounds, and then you can compete with other people online, which they're rudimentary, but and when it shows the round, it shows this like status bar going around the edge of your phone, and then that's red, and then in the rest, the status bar is like blue. It's really cool, man. It's made by the UFC. It was only like $50, and for some reason when they're like yeah, put it on the bottom part of the punching bag. I'm like, why not put it on a Bob dummy, dude? Like, it's a gazillion times more interesting to try to kick the head of a Bob dummy than some fucking punching bag, So I also use it to hold the darts as a dartboard, and it records. It works on that too. So I should have mentioned that, but because everybody has a Bob dummy, So anyway, yeah, I want to do that too. So, and then adventure. Like, I want to ride, but I want to adventure around up like roads I haven't, like dirt roads and stuff I haven't done on my road bike. I'd love to get a gravel bike, but those are bikes. I want to get a best top of line bike, and those things are so expensive. It's going to be forever until I can afford it. But so I'm just going to be limited to like road biking on the road. I have my road bike, and then I'm going to try to do really big rides and do a lot of riding on the time trial bike too. And as soon, like, when my knee blows out, I always have, the weightlifting and then running and swimming, and I want to try to get regular with the running, because the best way I'm going to get myself to be able to run is by being as consistent as possible, because the thing that's holding me back from running is my left calf. The muscle right in the middle of the muscle is torn from an injury I had when I was 20. And my ankle is injured too, permanently, but the calf is what makes me have to stop running, because it just gets torn, totally torn, so it's like you can't, it's like excruciating me painfully. I can barely even walk. So I have to just go out, and it happens like after like a mile or less than a mile. So I have to go out there, tear my calf after like half a mile or a kilometer or whatever, limp home, like literally limp home. And then it takes like 2 weeks. It takes forever to heal. And then go out and do a half mile and then come home, and I have to just rinse and repeat. And then in between, I'll be doing a shitload of stretching, like in the calf too. And then working this, making the calf strong from weightlifting and riding. and swimming too, and then that'll help strengthen my calf to be able to run. So a general rule of thumb when you get back in shape is you should try to, well, if you have a time trial bike, if you have a good bike, try to ride 100 miles a day for a month, average 100 miles a day, or ride 100 miles a day. And if you're lifting, try to lift 100,000 pounds a day. And if you're running, try to run 10 miles a day. And like those round numbers. And if you're swimming 10 kilometers a day, or 10 miles a day. Actually, no, 10 kilometers a day. But if you're like on the swim machine, 10 miles a day. And it's easier to cover, if you're a beginner, sucky swimmer like me, it's easier to cover miles on the swim machine than it is in the actual pool. Maybe by like 10%, 10 or 20%, whether it's on level 7 or 1, as far as I remember. So yeah, that's my battle plan, and I can be totally broke, and it's not a biggie. Like, it doesn't have to stress me out. I'll keep in touch, keep on top of, and still pay down incrementally my credit card. But I already have like a whole shelf full, like it's like 20 of them, of those giant goos, man, and then like 50 of the electrolyte bars. So I'm like, I already have the food, and my bike is fresh, the chain's strong, even have an extra chain in there, like, and I have it, like, tires are new, yeah, so like everything's topped off. I can do it. Yeah, I'm super excited. So yeah, maybe, dude, it could be like another, week at least, another week. It'll be past the beginning of August, which will allow me to pay down my credit card a little bit, see where my finances are. But yeah, maybe like into the first week of August, whatever, like another week or whatever, or maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. And then because if I make the this fountain in my 30-gallon, but I might not do that. I might skip that. I might skip stuff like that, like that's kind of fancy stuff. I might skip that and just go ahead and straight into the training. Because I like to kind of run my life by the seat of my pants anyway. I tend to not want to really actually finish anything. So I could get to the point where I'm like close to being done with my apartment, but I would skip like maybe even finish setting up one of my terrariums, with 30-gallon, and I wouldn't buy any more animals because I don't have the money for it anyway. And then just get going with it, because that, without being distracted, being like, oh man, I need to do that, because everything's organized at that point. That's the important thing. So I know where stuff is. I have a lot of like electronic stuff for my cycling, My time trial bike has 2 lights on it. It has a Garmin 1060, which is the fanciest computer with an external battery for like a 25-hour battery life. I have bike radar, front light, back light. What else? And then I have all the programmed rides into it, and then with my Apple Watch and my cell phone on Garmin. And but I try to use Strava with all of that, so it's like I have to have know a lot of stuff. So yeah, it might be another week. Anyways, damn, I've talked long enough. I'm gonna go lie down and try to get up at 8 o'clock tomorrow to get some weed. Talk to you tomorrow.